Hello, I'm with IronHorse Portable Power. We wanted to produce a video for our customers with the Iron Horses and the sales reps that are training and selling our Iron Horses to their customers. The first step that we're going to show you guys is the unboxing of the Iron Horse. We want to go through a step-by-step process on when you receive the Iron Horse. The first step obviously is to open the box up. The manuals are on the inside of the Iron Horse. We encourage everybody to read those from cover to cover before you use your Iron Horse. So we have them packaged in here in styrofoam packaging. It comes with a boxed charging cable that you plug into the wall included. So you set that here. Pull out your Iron Horse unit. We have the plastic around it. You're going to take that off, obviously. And let me bear with me here. Go ahead and take your Iron Horse out. Now generally these come 30 to 40% charged, so just like any and most electronic devices, you're going to need to plug it into the wall to get a full charge before you use the Iron Horse, and we encourage that. Charge it to 100%. We'll show you how to do that before you use your Iron Horse. I want to go through some of the functions on the Iron Horse. The cables are in the back of the unit. That has a cycle button in the back. We'll go through all the uses on it. The front LCD screen is up here with the start button up here to start the whole process. We have a cigarette lighter adapter charging port up here if you want to charge things off of this. We also have two USBs right here if you want to charge your phones and electronic devices, laptops, things like that on the front of the Iron Horse. We have two flashlights, one up in the front and one up in the back, or one in the back on the Iron Horse. So when you're out, it's not always an ideal time when you're doing charging and jumping. If you're out at night and need some light, you can use those features. The first thing that you're going to want to do with your Iron Horse portable power unit is to grab the included charger out of the box, go over and plug it in to the wall, and then go to the front of the Iron Horse unit and plug it into the front port like that, and the unit will start charging. It has a green light display. The Iron Horse will charge itself, and when it's completely full and ready for use, the light on the charging box will turn green and it'll automatically shut itself down and be ready for use. Once that your Iron Horse is charged to 100%, you're going to go ahead and be ready to use it to charge and jumpstart the vehicle that you're using it for. Obviously this is our 12-volt system. The cables come out of the back of the Iron Horse. I've pulled them out. We have heavy-duty clamps, really heavy-duty clamps. Obviously red on red, black on black. If you were to hook up the Iron Horse incorrectly, there are protection features on it where you're not going to injure yourself or damage the vehicle. Wanted to go over a couple of the display features up here. This is your operating temperature up here. That is the inside operating temperature of the Iron Horse. So the temperature of the batteries on the inside of the Iron Horse is that feature. If you want to use the flashlight on the Iron Horse, you're going to obviously turn your display on, hit this button twice, turn it on, and there's your flashlight on the front and the back. If you hit this button again on the front cycle, it will provide an SOS pattern. If you're on the side of the road, want to attract attention to yourself, you can hit that button as well. So to go back to the normal screen, you'll click that twice. When you go out to charge and jumpstart the vehicle, the 12-volt system that you're going to charge and jumpstart, make sure that you set the Iron Horse on a level surface, obviously away from water or anything like that. Mud puddles, things like that. If it's raining, try to protect the Iron Horse. It is weatherproof to a certain extent, but try to protect the unit from pouring rain, things like that, snow. Do an inspection. Take your time and do an inspection of the batteries that you're getting ready to hook the Iron Horse to. Look for corrosion, loose cables, make sure you have good connection points. This is essential in this whole process. I generally hook the cables to the terminals that are closest to the starter on the vehicle. If you don't have jump starting posts on the vehicle that you're using, hook the positive and the negative cables to the terminals that are closest to the starter of the vehicle. This ensures the shortest travel for the Iron Horse to the starter for this process. Once you have done an inspection on the vehicle and you're getting ready to use the IronHorse to charge and jumpstart the vehicle, make sure that the batteries will hold a charge. That is the most important thing, or one of the most important things in this process. The IronHorse is not built to jumpstart and charge batteries that will not sustain a charge. So if it's a vehicle that's been sitting for a long time, say it's been sitting for 6 months, a year, the batteries are garbage. There's no other way to really say that on the vehicle. The IronHorse was not built to do that. This was built to charge and jumpstart vehicles that will sustain a charge. So the first step when you're ready to jumpstart and charge the vehicle is you're going to take, obviously, the cables. Red will be hooked to the red terminal. Connectivity is extremely important in this process. You're wanting to get the best possible connection that you can. We've provided flat connection surfaces on our cables. They're really heavy duty. If you cannot get a really good connection, sometimes we use channel locks to get a bite down onto the terminals and then hook the IronHorse cables to the channel locks to provide connectivity. Connectivity is the most important part of this whole process. So take your time, make sure the IronHorse is hooked up correctly, and then you'll be ready to start the process. When you have a good connection point, you'll come around to the back of the IronHorse with your LCD screen on the front. You'll hold down the back cycle button for 5 seconds until you hear a beep. After that beep, the IronHorse is starting the process, the charging process. It's going to provide a voltage reading on the front screen of how many volts the batteries of the vehicle that you are charging and jumpstarting have. So if the vehicle has 4 volts, 5 volts, 6 volts, it's going to show you how many volts it starts with. After each 30-second cycle, when the timer goes down, you'll start a new cycle off of the back button until you reach the number of 12 volts. We recommend that you get to 12 volts or above before you even put the key in the ignition of the vehicle. Extremely important. There's no reason to draw any type of power from the IronHorse until you have the vehicle at the 12 volt number. So come around, read the display. Once it reaches 12 volts, you'll hit the back cycle button again. When you get up inside the vehicle and put the key in the ignition, you want to make sure that you have an active 30-second cycle. So when you're ready to jumpstart the vehicle, set this cycle button. You'll have 30 seconds to get up in the vehicle and turn the vehicle over. Very important that you do it during an active cycle to ensure that you get a good charge and jumpstart. The fourth point that I wanted to bring up was the fault codes on the IronHorse. When you're out in the field and charging and jump-starting the vehicle, the 12-volt vehicle, the IronHorse is a protected unit. If the fault code says reverse polarity, it is because you have hooked up the cables backwards. So red on black, black on red, it happens. The reverse polarity code will go off, the fault code, and the unit will start beeping, indicating that it doesn't like that. The second fault code is a short circuit code. Generally, this is from a poor connection, as we discussed earlier. Take your time on hooking up the IronHorse. Make sure you have a really good ground and positive connection. If you don't, it will throw a short circuit code. The third one is a low voltage code. This is the IronHorse indicating that the vehicle that you are charging and jump starting has an extremely low voltage at the time of the initial process of charging and starting the vehicle. So if you're starting off with some really low voltages, the zeros, ones, and twos, it's going to throw that code. Continue the process on that code until you get up to the 12 volt range to start it. Wanted to go over some selling points for you sales reps out there and go over a few things in separation from the competition or what is available on the market right now compared to the IronHorse. This is a unit that is actually used at one of our customers' stores right now. It takes several hours to charge a vehicle. They have to take the extension cords out, obviously with the elements, the rain and the snow where we are here in Idaho, to get the vehicle to do what this will do in a matter of minutes. The IronHorse, a long process would be 5 minutes as opposed to hours with this unit. Obviously extremely portable. The unit weighs 30 pounds. our clamps. There's just several different things. We have the longest cables and heaviest gauged cables of any unit on the market. We provided extra long cables so you can get up inside the vehicle and reach up inside to get the connections. Also, a feature that is very important is that we can do multiple charges and multiple jump starts off of the IronHorse. So some of the units that are available out there currently, you'll go out, you might get one charge, one jump start if they will in fact turn over the vehicle. If they do, you're going back to the wall to charge for several hours. The IronHorse is used to jumpstart multiple vehicles on one charge. After you're done using your IronHorse, take it inside and put it in a dry, flat surface. If it needs to be recharged, obviously plug it into the wall until the light is green on your charging unit and the bar is full on this, and it'll be ready for your next use.